Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, history was created in our parliament when our children took to parliament and to speak to the Prime Minister and other members of parliament about the severe nature of our country's violence and the act of violence towards our children. Recently, I take a look at the memorial downtown across the street from the KCC. They call it the Secret Garden. And when you look at the Secret Garden, a monument that was put up to honor our children that was killed violently, it makes my stomach turn to know that there's not even one space left on that monument to honor our slain or fallen children. I'm going to read a little excerpts and then I'm going to bring you what our children have to say. The nation's children on Tuesday pleaded with parliamentarians to do more to end violence, especially that which directly affects them. During an historic sitting of the House of Representatives, the sitting marked the first time children addressed the House, and they did not hold back as they used the occasion to let politicians, including Prime Minister Andrew Onis and Opposition Leader Dr. Peter Phillips, know the ills they suffered, often at the hands of adults. We have to commend and applaud these youngsters. Little 7-year-old Ngozi Wright, part of a twin, beautiful little girl. Little 10-year-old Keino King. And his name suits him right because he spoke so eloquent. You can see that he is in true deed a king. Jamaica, we also want you to know that these children are not speaking directly to our parliamentarian alone. They are indeed addressing us as adults who should do more. Yes, the politicians have a job to do, but it is us parents, it is us teachers who are given the task of taking care of the children. And it is us who must pay attention and protect them. Without further ado, this historical occasion, let's go to the videotape and listen how a child shall lead the world.
Honorable Speaker of the House, Prime Minister, Leader, the Opposition, and all other members of the House, good afternoon. My name is Ngozi and I am 7 years old. Thank you for letting us be the very first group of children in Jamaican history to stand here and present to you. With me are Tafari, who is also 7, Keino, who is 10, and Shaneille, who is 18, and spent most of her childhood in state care. We are here today as advocates for a violence-free Jamaica. We love our country, but we hate the violence that is hurting the bodies, minds, and spirits of Jamaican children. We hate the violence that is making children so afraid, the violence that is taking their lives. We are very concerned about what is happening to our children and what is happening into your children.
Honorable adults, listen to us, please. Many of us are afraid to go to school, afraid to go home, afraid to go outside in our communities. We live in fear that we will be the next victims of violence.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fear is based on the heartbreaking reality that many of us are being bullied, many of us are being beaten, many of us are being sexually and emotionally abused, and we are being murdered. This violence started in the days of slavery, and to this day it continues. So I ask you, what are you doing to help break the cycle? One thing you can do is to listen to us. We are living with this violence every day. We are seeing it happen all around us, and we have a lot to say. Over the last 3 months, almost 300 children in 3 parishes spoke up about violence at sessions organized by UNICEF, the Office of the Children's Advocate, and Talk Up Youth. We learned about the rights we have in the Convention on the Rights of the Child, and we reasoned about what it means to have these rights, like the right to share our thoughts as we are here doing today. Let me bring you into our world. I will now read some of the experiences of violence that were shared by children at these sessions. This is what they wrote in their own words. Number 1. Between the age of 5 to 10, I was exposed to physical abuse. It was a case where I had been beaten to the point where it felt like nothing to me. Her excuse for beating me so harshly was that she was trying to discipline me, but still it didn't cover up for her scars that are left from her gruesome disciplinary actions that are still haunting me today. Number 2, I have seen gunmen kill men. Number 3, I have been sexually abused by my father's friend. Number 4, I have seen parents verbally, emotionally, and physically abuse their child or children because of their reports. The children were told that they were worthless and would not turn out to be anything good in life. This left the children feeling unwanted, deserted, and some even started to feel suicidal. Number 5. Dear Prime Minister, where I live there are a lot of pedophiles, so I'm afraid of going to the shops when it's dark. Number 6. My grandmother lives in a very bad community, and sometimes I have to stay with her. Gunshots are fired very often. Most of the times it's with the intention of killing someone. Often shots are fired very close to her house. I have witnessed multiple drive-by shootings, stabbings, and people being killed at her doorstep. At my age, these things are very terrifying. These are only 6 of the hundreds of experiences that were shared by children just in the last 3 months. At every one of these sessions, most of the children had either experienced or witnessed violence. This means a lot of children in Jamaica are dealing with a lot of pain. Research from around the world shows that this kind of trauma can have negative effects on all aspects of a child's development, and it can have a lasting impact. Children who have been traumatized by violence have higher risks of school dropout, drug abuse, depression, diabetes, heart disease, and involvement with violence and crime. I don't want to live in a Jamaica where the children are so hurt by violence that they grow up to hurt themselves or to hurt other people. Do you?
I just want to read just a little bit of the story of little 18-year-old Shaneille Hall. Shared a tearjerker of a story about losing both parents when she was only 3 and being sexually abused by her grandfather from the time she was just 5. The abuse continued until she reached age 9 before she became a ward of the state at 11. I can remember it like it was yesterday, the first time my grandfather abused me sexually. This started at about age 5 and continued to about age 9, Shaneille shared. I was taken advantage of by the person who should have loved me and protected me the most, she said, while admitted that she suffered in silence as she did not tell anyone about the abuse for years because she did not understand what was happening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our responsibility to keep an eye out and watch our children. And if you see any little thing funny, report it immediately to the police. A child shall lead